come on. Almost there. Got it. Let's go. Okay. The sleeping draught prepared for me in their drink should have rendered them unconscious by this point. The Duke assured me that they drink every last drop. The surrounding grounds are empty, and every servant has been kept far away from the side of the manor. I should still be cautious, though. The Duke said that no one else has been successful yet, but he wouldn't allude to as the reason why. I just hope the lack of information won't impede my own success. This seems all too easy, especially when all the others failed. What is the Duke not telling me? Oh well, too late to turn back now. Just one strike, one kill. No struggle, and it'll all be over. Wait, what? Yes, it's just a mannequin head and pillows. Where the fuck are they? Where's the target? Well, there you are. Drop the dagger? I think not. I would be a fool to disarm myself, especially since you might run me through. I guess the sleeping draught didn't work after all. You didn't drink any of it. I can see that. You survived more than 6 attempts on your life. I should have assumed you'd be a difficult target. Oh, I've gotten the closest. I'll take that as the highest compliment. So, what happens now? No, as I said before, I'll be a fool to drop my dagger. How about this? If you lower your weapon, we can talk about this like civilized folk. Wrong move, noble. Looks like I've drawn first blood. Now tell me, what's your next move? Nice try, but I'm not letting you escape that easily. Oh, you really think just because you have the reach, that doesn't mean I can't get close? Oh my dear, you shouldn't underestimate your opponent. Ha, got you. I've got you pinned to the floor with my dagger so close to your heart. There's nothing you can do about it now. It was a fun fight, but now it's time for you to die. Wait, how did you know that name? Hardly anyone alive knows me by that name. Wait, can't be. Mouse? It can't be you. You look completely different. And you never told me you were noble. Holy shit, Mouse. I almost killed you. Here, let me get you up. Good God, Mouse. I can't believe it. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. God, I didn't think I'd ever hear the name Crow again. We haven't used that since we were kids. Yep, right. I did just try to disembowel you. You don't happen to have a healing potion, do you? Look, I don't heal people. I kill people for a living, so I'm not gonna have any on me. I'm also good enough at my job to not need one. You know, sneak in when they least suspect it, I stab them, and then I leave. Very little time for them to typically fight back, or damage me in any way. There's that taken care of. No harm, no foul. Oh, damn, that too. Well, I'll just buy another set of night clothes to replace the one you're wearing. Oh, I can definitely afford it. No worries there, my dear. But in the meantime, you should probably change. You don't want to be indecent in front of your old friend now, would you? So, have you been? Well, besides the numerous attempts on your life, I'm surprised you lived this long. Oh, come on. You earned the nickname Mouse from me because I always had to defend you from the other kids picking on you. You would literally squeak in fear. Really? You thought you could defend yourself? I didn't need to be there. Well, no, I didn't have to be there. I particularly didn't want to pick up your beaten body off the ground and nurse your wounds. It was just easier to take care of anyone who tried to bully you myself. Are you decent now? Wonderful. Now how about you tell me... wow. I mean, you look great. That's fair, I guess. You wouldn't want to be in night clothes when you have a guest over. The noble look you have suits you well. Much better than you used to be. You've definitely changed since we last met. What do I mean? All I remember is a scrawny little kid who wanted to be my friend, and even when the other kids were scared of me. I'm glad you weren't scared of me. I miss you so much, Mouse. Well, we should probably do something to celebrate this heartfelt reunion. And me not killing you, of course. How about some wine? I know you nobles keep some in your quarters for entertainment purposes. Well, my bad. Damn, I should have thrown something else at you instead. You don't happen to have any more stashed away, do you? Perfect. Here, my dear, allow me. One for you. And one for me. Cheers, Mouse. To childhood friends reuniting once again. Damn, that's some good wine. You treat your guests so well. So, care to explain what you've been up to these last 7 years? And how are you a noble? Last I remember, you were one of them street rats, like me. Wait, so you weren't actually a street rat? So you were sneaking out of your family's manor, avoiding your lessons, just to disguise yourself and rub shoulders with filthy street urchins? Why in the world would you do that? Oh, come on, being a noble couldn't have been that boring. I can't blame you there. I can see why all that could be a lot on a kid. Especially with you. So, how'd you sneak out? Impressive. Maybe I should recruit you if you can still do things like that. We could be partners in crime together. So, now that I know what you are, can you tell me why you stopped coming around? To be honest, I was a little heartbroken when I realized I wasn't gonna see you again. So your parents caught you trying to sneak out one day? They decided just to completely uproot the whole court and leave? They don't sound like very good parents to me. Well, I don't think either of us have had the best examples of parental figures. I'm glad to know that you miss me too, though. What happened with me? Well, right after you left, nothing much changed. Nothing at home did for me either. Just me and my grandfather. You remember him, right? Yeah, well, I'm sure you remember how awful of a gambler he was. He'd always blow his earnings on the fights down in Castle. Well, one night he came running back really late and told me to hide. It's alright, Mouse. I appreciate your kind gesture, but I'll be fine. I can keep going. So I did hide, but after some arguing, of course. It was the first time I actually saw him scared, not for himself, but for me too. He shoved me into the cupboard, and not long after, two big men were breaking down the door. They demanded some big payment that he owed, and apparently they were tired of waiting. They beat the living crap out of him. I saw the whole thing, and when they finally left him alone, he stared at me right as he died. I know he wasn't the best. He wasn't even good, but he was all I had, and now he's gone. An anger I'd never felt before started boiling in me. I had lost you, and then my grandfather. I had nothing left. I was able to track them down pretty easily. I took one of the blades I'd stolen from the forge and snuck up on them. It was pitch black at that point. I was pretty adept, if I do say so myself. I used my surroundings to hide after coming out and stabbed them. It took a while, but they finally collapsed from the pain. I just saw red, and when I was done, I didn't know what to do with myself. It was like all the life left me. Well, it turns out that I wasn't the only one looking for them. A rogue assassin showed up. Someone else had put a hit on the two of them, and I just beat them to the punch. They were impressed, seeing a scrawny little street urchin take down two big brutes with just a dagger. Offered me a place in their company. Oh no, it wasn't the Sable Swords. They're the next district over. But the Black Blades. Yeah, I know. Pretty impressive, right? Took me to meet everyone, and then, let me tell you, the training was brutal. Very unforgiving, but I did learn a lot. And I learned I was very good at it. And that's about it, actually. My whole life story is from when you left till now. Kieran Thorne, top rogue assassin in the Black Blades, the one who's never failed his mission. Well, I know it's not as glamorous as the up-and-coming life of a noble, but I've made it my own. I've done the best with what I was given. You know, I'm not sure. I can't exactly kill you. You're my best friend after all. But I am contracted by your uncle to get rid of you, once and for all, as he says. I don't know if you know this, Mouse, but you've really set him off doing everything he can to kill you. No, I don't think he will, at least not tonight, and definitely not with me. Tell you what, I'll leave for tonight. I'll just explain to the others and the Duke that something went wrong, the drought wasn't potent enough, or some other bullshit excuse. Or I'll come back tomorrow night. They'll think I'm coming back to try again, but we'll come up with a plan to get you out of here. I'm sure you're exhausted from all the attempts on your life. Of course, my dear. I promise I will return tomorrow night. You not only have my word as a Black Blade, but also as your old friend, Crow. But before I go, just let me get the dagger I threw in that keyhole. Now, I shall take my leave. Have a good night, Mouse. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, my dear. Be safe.